Hey everyone, welcome back to the Deep Dive.
Hello.
Today we're taking a truly unique look into the world of literature and the craft of writing itself.
Yeah,
All through the lens of this captivating interview we found.
indeed. Our source material is a wonderful conversation with Mr. Subhash Mandale. He's a lifetime member of the Akhil Bharatiya Marathi Parishad. That's the All India Marathi Literary Council.
Right.
And the interview was actually done by a junior college student, Sanchita Mandale. It offers such a personal, kind of unfiltered glimpse into the life and mind of a modern writer. Really fascinating.
So, okay, what's our mission for this deep dive then?
Oh.
We're going to pull out the essential insights from Mr. Mandale's journey, right? Covering everything from his, surprising origin story as a writer to the real challenges authors face today, what truly defines good literature, and even how language itself is mastered, you know?
Definitely.
You'll hear the core beliefs and, the practical wisdom that have shaped his literary path.
Yeah.
Ready to unpack this?
Absolutely. Let's get into it.
Okay, so let's start at the very beginning. How does one actually become a writer? Mr. Mandale shares this really captivating origin story. It seems deeply rooted in his family legacy.
What's fascinating here, I think, is the almost generational transmission of storytelling talent. Like, it passed down. He traces his own passion directly back to his grandfather.
To his grandfather.
Yeah, a playwright active from the 1950s to the 70s. He clearly ignited something profound in him.
And speaking of his origins, there's this particularly poignant detail from his childhood. Before his grandfather passed away in 1995, he spent over a month narrating the entire Ramayana in story form. Can you imagine? People would gather nightly at their home just to listen.
Wow. That really highlights the power of oral tradition, doesn't it?
Totally.
It wasn't just about reading, but that shared experience of listening. And his grandmother later confirmed it. The grandfather wrote and performed many plays based on both the Ramayana and Mahabharata. So it really solidifies that deep family connection to narrative.
That kind of early, really immersive exposure, it clearly left an indelible mark.
If you think so.
Fast forward to when Mr. Mandale was just in 8th or ninth grade, he actually attempted to condense the massive, 2,000, 2,500-page Mahabharata into a mere 10, 12-page summary, aiming to make it vivid and accessible for readers.
At that age. That's initiative.
Right. Though he eventually abandoned the project, found smaller published versions existed, it really shows his early initiative, that innate drive to connect people with stories.
It does. And this raises an important question for us, I think.
Yeah.
How does that youthful drive, that spark, actually evolve into a professional writing life?
Yeah, how does that happen?
Well, he moved beyond those early summaries, started writing personal experiences, short stories. He even published an interview titled Shahir, which translates to Interview of a Multifaceted Artist, and a social novel. And his list of unpublished works is extensive, too. Novels like Dhamma Antar Retreacha Pravasi, A Traveler in the Dark Night, Vinaharda, Remover of Obstacles, and Amhi Bigadlo, meaning special people. It suggests this consistent engagement with deeper social, maybe philosophical themes.
After tracing those early family roots, let's turn our attention to what a seasoned writer like Mr. Mandale focuses on now. In his current work, what's on his desk right now?
He's deeply engrossed in a new social novel. Still very much in the research phase, apparently.
Oh, okay.
He's out there meeting people, gathering references. He hints that it's inspired by a motivational subject from the Hanumante Wadi village area. But he's keeping the specifics kind of under wraps for now.
A classic writer move, isn't it? Keep the mystery.
Totally. Builds intrigue.
And beyond his own creative projects, he also continuously writes reviews and critiques for books sent to him by fellow authors.
Right. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it underscores a commitment not just to his own creation, but to the broader literary community.
That's a great point.
His preferred topics consistently lean towards the positive, social, and inspiring biographical subjects, always aiming to draw universal lessons from everyday events through fictional narratives.
So every artist, no matter how seasoned, has dreams and, of course, faces challenges in their craft. Mr. Mandale, he has a strong interest in expanding into plays, screenplays, dialogue.
Yeah, but what's noteworthy is his caution. He explicitly states he hasn't studied these forms enough.
Really?
Yeah, and he won't rush into them until he thoroughly understands the techniques and nuances involved. That commitment to thorough preparation before diving in, it really highlights a deep artistic discipline, I think.
That is disciplined. But on the flip side, we often learn just as much from an artist by understanding what they find truly challenging. what for Mr. Mandale is still kind of beyond his current grasp, a form he considers really difficult.
For him, it's the ghazal.
The ghazal, okay.
Yeah, he points out its specific technical requirements, kafia, which is the intricate rhyme, and radif, the refrain almost like a repeating chorus. These, along with precise meter, known as vrida, and rhythmic patterns, lagavli, they demand deep study and extensive reading. It's not just poetry. It's a form with a very specific, almost musical architecture.
It's very technical.
Very technical, and he finds it exceptionally challenging.
He's written other poetry forms, though, right? Like Abhang, which is a traditional devotional hymn, and Muktak's short freestanding poems.
Exactly. But he feels that creating profound, really heart-touching poetry or ghazals requires a level of mastery he just hasn't achieved yet. It's a very humble acknowledgement, the immense depth and rigor of the craft.
Yeah, that's really honest. Now, for a fascinating insight into a writer's actual process, does Mr. Mandale reread his old work? And what's his philosophy on that essential, often, let's be honest, dreaded task of revision?
Yeah, the dread is real. He observes that some writers, they rush to publish, which inevitably leads to errors and then, criticism.
Right, happens all the time.
Then there are others, often garlanded with awards, who might mistakenly believe their work is flawless. And that leads them to repeat mistakes in future pieces.
So his philosophy isn't about chasing accolades then, but something deeper.
Exactly. He believes authentic literature is that which genuinely captures the reader's hearts. It's not just about critical acclaim, is it?
No.
He's highlighting that true impact in literature, or really any creative field, often lies beyond awards. It's that direct emotional connection with your audience.
That's a powerful reminder that substance often trumps, superficial recognition.
Absolutely. He believes writers must continuously self-assess whether their work truly reflects sufficient study and contemplation. His own process, it's rigorous. It involves rewriting until he is satisfied.
Okay.
Then getting feedback from maybe 2 or 3 knowledgeable writers, making further revisions based on that.
Right.
And then finally finalizing the work.
Wow, it's a process that emphasizes meticulousness and continuous improvement.
Definitely. He strongly advocates for writers to regularly reread their work at various stages. Why? Well, to identify errors, pinpoint areas for improvement, and crucially, prevent those same mistakes from cropping up in future writings.
No, makes sense.
And this approach, it applies far beyond just writing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It underscores the importance of continuous learning in almost any field.
True.
He further states that a good reader is a potential writer. He argues that consistent reading sparks new ideas and inherently enhances writing quality.
So, read more, write better.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And he's quite specific about reading within one's chosen genre. If you write horror, read horror. If you write social commentary, dive deep into social novels.
Right. Immerse yourself.
Ultimately, his advice is concise. Read regularly, and then write.
Okay, so the world of writing isn't just about pure creativity. It also involves the often harsh realities of, publishing. What kinds of challenges do authors face today in this landscape?
He highlights a significant issue. Many authors today publish extensively, almost like they're trying to set a record or something. This often requires substantial financial means. And, he points out, the quality of their work might not always be the primary driver. Yet these prolific authors often gain reputation and honor, creating a somewhat skewed perception of success.
And what about the flip side of that, the commercial coin?
Well, he observes that many truly high-quality writers, often due to financial constraints, they can't even afford to publish a single book.
Oh, wow.
And as a result, they remain unheard. It really raises an important question about the current state of publishing. What truly gets amplified?
Yeah.
Quality writing, he argues, demands dedicated time for study and research. But writers are also individuals with families, household responsibilities, often severely limiting the time they can actually dedicate. It's a tough balance, right?
It certainly paints a picture of a challenging industry. Shifting gears slightly, what does Mr. Mandale believe readers expect from writers?
Fundamentally, he believes that readers, whether historically or today, they want their curiosity maintained until the very end of a book.
Keep them hooked.
Exactly. Literature, he asserts, must have the power to win over readers' emotions by expressing the turmoil of human emotions. It's about that deep empathetic connection.
And what about publishers' expectations? Do they align with that?
Well, publishers, he says, desire unique, well-researched subjects and consistent innovation, something few writers can truly deliver consistently.
Right, the next big thing.
Always. However, he also points out the commercial reality. Publishers operate on a demand and supply principle. And he provocatively notes that most publishers ultimately shift the entire burden of book sales onto the authors themselves.
Oof.
Yeah. So this raises a critical question. How much real expectation can they then genuinely have from writers if they're not fully invested in the sales process themselves? It's a business, after all.
It really is. This brings us to that classic dilemma every artist faces. Should a writer cater to reader expectations or, remain true to their own artistic vision?
Ah, the age-old question. Opinions vary widely, of course. And Mr. Mandale provides a compelling example with Gurnath Naik, a prolific author who successfully published many mystery novels weekly, sometimes even writing 4 books simultaneously with 4 different scribes.
4 books at once. Wow.
All to meet market demand and achieve financial success. Talk about a content factory. Sounds less like a writer's studio and more like a well-oiled publishing machine,
It does. However, the critical takeaway here, and Mr. Mandale is very clear about this, despite all that financial success and output, Gurnath Naik's work is not considered classic literature. That's the key distinction Mr. Mandale wants us to grasp. Commercial success doesn't always equal enduring literary value.
Right. It's a crucial difference. He concedes that writing purely for entertainment, like plays crafted precisely to audience demand, might be acceptable within its own context.
Okay.
But for him, true literature is something far more profound. He describes it like lightning in a dark night, capable of shining anywhere in the vast sky of life, illuminating fundamental truths.
That's a powerful metaphor, lightning in a dark night. So what does this all mean for aspiring writers and, us as readers? What's his ultimate message here?
He firmly believes writers should strive to create socially useful, positive thinking, and emotionally uplifting, human-centered literature. It's about impact, he thinks, not just output or income.
And that truly gives us a profound look into the nuanced world of a modern writer.
Wow. We've gained so much insight into Mr. Mandale's journey, from those inspiring origins rooted in family legacy to the practical challenges of craft, the realities of publishing, and that delicate, ever-present balance between artistic integrity and market demands. This deep dive into Mr. Mandale's journey, it really reminds us that while the landscape of literature may continuously evolve, the core essence of storytelling, to move, to enlighten, and to genuinely reflect human emotion, that remains a constant beacon.
It really makes you think about the choices every creative person faces, doesn't it?
It does.
So what stands out to you from this deep dive into Mr. Mandale's world? How do you weigh artistic vision against public demand and the creative works you consume, or maybe even create yourself?
Yeah.
And consider that powerful lightning in a dark night metaphor for a moment. Where do you see true literary lightning striking in the world around you today? Something to think about.